Welcome viewers to another episode deep undercover in the lifestyles of the rich and famous. I have been inspired by the endeavors of the figure anonymous to take up the cape and cowl, so to speak, to make my voice heard when it should not be silenced and ignored. I have tried leaving information for the NSA and the CIA before, and for the most part my warnings went dismissed, but what drives me to be here now bearing this persona is that the way I was told to communicate any leads or information was the equivalent to dropping a slip in a raffle box and hope your number gets drawn to know your effort saved lives, instead of having to wonder if they took it seriously or whether the next chain of dramatic events that will carry some staggering death toll is going to be the one you tried to prevent. Now what I wish to share with you is a perspective to what is going on around the world. Currently there is a massive movement going on in Europe. Many smaller nations are watching, like sharks, for the fall of the superpowers of China, Russia, and North Korea, so they can acquisition their resources in the wake of the power vacuum. Russia is immersed in the riots centered around Navalny, a challenger to the seat of Russia. Now thankfully this is not still the 80s. If it was, then you could expect the CIA to be backing this endeavor to gain a foothold to the next possible regime of power to take over Putin's authority. In addition to this, there were reports of the H1N8 avian flu, or SARS, weaponized and contagious to humans, having been released. In North Korea, Kim Jong-un is facing a coup against his seat of authority, led by military officials loyal to his sister that seek to place her in control of North Korea. Also in China there are massive riots going on near the districts of Wuhan, fighting against the suppression and actions taken by their government during the beginning of the pandemic. In Australia, riots have broken out in protest of the vaccinations being sent to be given to those in need there. It is being widely spread about that their main reason of protest is against the Chinese subjugation of their financial systems as conflicts and naval presence increases in the South China Seas. Now speculation is circulating about whether or not the EU is behind any of this, considering that all the above countries listed here are threats to their grip of control that is sweeping Europe through trade embargoes, and one cannot help but notice that the recent events over the past few years, the disasters, the pandemic, the approval of Article 13 that silences citizens, no matter where they are in the world. Despite the laws of their own countries, and they have the civil unrest they have helped nurture to sweep up any who do not fall in line with their totalitarian control. Yes, I am speaking of the new world trend that is called the Great Reset. Do not be fooled, this Great Reset is being spearheaded by the elites who have orchestrated all this chaos so that they can step in, just as they did when China fell from being the world's leading consumer trade goods supplier in the wake of the pandemic. Their goal is worldwide totalitarian control, because they think they have an idea as to what is best for everyone else in the world, even if that means forcing people into that dream. They have plans for zones that regulate where people can go, and who can go where. They have plans of segregating society into certain zones that has no tolerance to people who have hard times and fall beneath a certain annual income level. In fact, that is what this chaos is all about. An end to the lower class that cannot afford to maintain that income line they have set with a rigged set of rules and a rigged game board. This elite Great Reset is a dream of the upper class, and they only see themselves enjoying that dream. The Yellow Vest riots should have shown you all that. Now I wish to join your conflict of world powers here. I wish to take part in your little soiree. Who I am is not important, just know there is a fly in the ointment, and I'm going straight for checkmate. My identity remains anonymous, for we are legion, we are many, and you are but one.
The path to power. The path neither Jedi nor Sith. May the Force be with you. May it make you strong.
I found a way to save you.
Save me.
From my nightmares.
Life never ceases to teach. It is only when one ceases to listen that we grow still. And die.
not possible to walk away from such things unscarred. To keep living when the universe dies around you.
When the last living thing in the universe finally dies, I will enjoy peace and wait for the cycle to begin again.
You will never possess that kind of power.
Do not mistake me for the fools who seek immortality out of blind ego.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Immortality comes at a terrible price. Do not forget that. Taste. Touch. Color. Emotion. I experience none of these things.
Everything has a cost. This is the price of immortality.
When you have lived centuries, you see that everything is a pattern that grows out of itself. Sometimes you can no longer see the trees, only the roots. It is the smallest part of the price of immortality.